Alright, hey guys, it's Legend Kage, and Season of the Lost is upon us now. I am finally logged into the game, and I am making the video of pretty much what's new in the season. And specifically, I'm going to be going over exotics, any exotic armor, mods, that kind of stuff that I have available day one in the collections. So let's get into it. So starting off with exotic armor, we got 3 new exotics, 1 for each class, and they're all returning D1 exotics. First up is Nothing Manacles, and if you don't remember, it's very simple. You gain an additional scatter grenade charge and enables tracking for scatter grenade projectiles. For hunters, we now have Radiant Dance machines, and the perk is the Dance. Activating your dodge ability while near targets allows you to dodge additional times for a short period. This could be really interesting depending on how it works. If we still get Gambler's Dodge or even Marksman's Dodge during this time, these could be amazing for things such as burst damage or just plain crowd control. Because for one, imagine just being able to rapid fire shurikens at the target. Might not be effective, but it's going to be fun as hell to do. And then Titan, we got no backup plans. And the perk here is Force Multiplier. When we have full melee energy, shotgun final blows activate your defensive strike and consume your melee energy. Shotgun final blows also give you melee energy. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this with the possible shotgun meta still in Crucible, because if you don't know, defensive strike gives you an overshield, and you usually had to get a melee kill on Top Tree Sentinel to do that. Well, now you just need to get your shotgun kill. So this could be almost as bad as One-Eyed Mask, especially because you're gonna get that melee energy back. Now for welds, we are getting a ton of weld mods, as you can see, and let's go through them all. First, we got Melee Well Maker. Powered melee final blows spawn elemental wells matching your subclass type. This is great, and I can't wait to make some melee builds out of this. Seeking Wells, this one is huge. Elemental wells you create move across the ground towards nearby players. I am going to need to test it to see if it just goes to the nearest player, because if then it's kind of situational. But now you don't have to necessarily go out of cover inside the enemy to pick up a well. And with things such as the solar and void wells that really increase your survivability, these are going to be huge in GMs. Well of Striking, where picking up an arc elemental well grants you additional melee energy, with multiple copies increasing the effect. Bountiful Wells. Elemental well mods that cause you to spawn elemental wells can now stack, spawning additional wells for each copy of the mod you equip. That's pretty crazy. Like, I don't know if that's gonna work where with Overload Finisher you're gonna spawn 4 arc wells, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. Then there's Well of Ordnance. Picking up a solar elemental well grants you additional grenade energy. I can make grenade builds now. Then we got elemental shards. Stasis shards count as stasis elemental wells for you. Oh, that is huge as well. Like Titan, Hunter, and Warlock, that just based on freezing things. You can just, yeah, that's how you generate your wells now. You just use stasis shards. That is potent. Elemental time dilation. Elemental well mods that grant you time limited benefits can now stack, increasing the duration of the effect for each copy of the mod you have equipped. Okay, so that just, if you want like long lasting healing with Well of Life, you can stack that. Supreme Well Maker. Casting your super spawns 3 stasis elemental wells near you. Still great, because the previous one only made 1 well. Well of Restoration. Picking up a stasis elemental well grants you additional energy for your ability that has the lowest energy. Multiple copies increase the effect. Enduring Wells increases the lifespan of the wells you create. And Well of Utility. Picking up a void elemental well grants you additional class ability energy. Multiple copies increase the effect. So I gotta say, elemental shards is gonna be OP. I am definitely gonna be making a build for Stasis Warlock firepower with this. Bountiful wells could definitely be used in certain scenarios. I gotta obviously test it out and figure out how to get all these. And then Seeking Wells is just gonna be another high priority staple mod, I feel like. Again, I will get more testing done later in the road. You'll probably see it in future build videos. Alright, and we got some new ghost mods. So these are found in Legendary World Engrams, and it looks like just gives you at least 10 and the stat you want. So we'll see if I don't think we can stack these to say like, hey, I want at least 10 recovery and intellect, but still, this is another huge thing we got. We got new arm mods here for grenade kickstart. There's also Stasis Armor now, if you haven't realized. When your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. And melee kickstart, same thing for melee. Stasis resistance is on here. Power preservation, super final blows create extra orbs of power for your allies. I wonder if this bypasses the 7 cap. Legs, we got Orbs of Restoration. Picking up an orb of power grants a small amount of energy to your ability with the least energy. There's all these new holster mods where they gradually reload your weapons, and it only works for things that are not single shot. So no breach clear grenade launchers or rocket launchers will be included in this. So this is definitely helpful if you don't have an auto loading mod, but you want to make sure your weapons are being loaded while you have them stowed. Then we got utility kickstart and restorative finisher. And finally, just going over the exotic weapons, we got Fluorescent Driver, where this weapon will mark a target and final blows on that target create a telemetry pattern. Picking up the telemetry patterns grants bonus ability energy, and collecting 3 without dying grants this weapon bonus damage for a long duration, as well as M Anomaly, where a precision final blow with this weapon creates an implosion that pulls in nearby targets and damages them with additional detonation. This is also in your energy slot. Aside from that, we have one unknown exotic here that we don't know about yet. Legendary guns will be a future video of where I'll deep dive into each of them. And that's really everything I got that I wanted to cover today. And I can't wait to get into the season and make more build videos. And if you haven't watched the Witch Queen reveal stuff, light subclasses are getting a huge buff in the next year as the year goes on with more aspects. So be ready for that as well with all these builds I love making, and it's going to be even better later. Oh, one thing I did forget is artifacts. So this season we got anti-barrier auto rifle, overload bow, unstoppable pulse, unstoppable sidearm, and disrupting blade. I will say I'm not a fan of only one anti-barrier mod because anti-barrier is in everything. So everyone's pretty much has to use an auto rifle this season, which yeah, that kind of sucks. Moving on, you got the regular perks such as hands-on, shotgun dexterity, sword scavenger, fusion rifle loader, and linear fusion rifle targeting. Another column of perks like this with auto rifle loader, shotgun ammo finder, passive guard in the 3rd column. This is great. Fusion scavenger and sidearm dexterity. Then we got the unstoppable fusion rifles, withering heat. Looks like they forgot to add in the description for this. Resonant Siphon gains stasis ability energy whenever you or a member of your fire team stuns a champion. This is amazing. From the last season I used it. Solar and stasis melee destruct commands, stunning them. So this is for overload with stasis melees. That's again huge. Fire and ice. Defeating a champion spawns a random array of solar and stasis wells. And then the final tier again, we got Well of Potency. Picking up a matching elemental well grants you super energy. We'll have to see how much that increases. Pyric Embrace. Casting Solar Super restores you to full health and shields. Thermoclastic Blooming. Defeating a combatant with a solar or stasis melee creates an orb of power. Focusing Lens is back once again, where our light abilities do bonus damage to combatants affected by stasis. And Particle Deconstruction. Dealing damage to a combatant with a fusion rifle or linear fusion rifle grants bonus damage with a fusion or linear against that combatant for a short duration, stacking up to 5 times. I want to test this with Merciless when I get it. So that's all I got. Once again, almost forgot this. I hope you guys have a great time, and I'll see you guys next week.